Good morning, everyone. Or Kelly. Y'all seen how Jamaica qualified for the round of 16? It's pretty fucking amazing. That's pretty amazing. But what's also annoying is that, and I don't think this is something to be proud of. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen people, you know, putting it out there like it's something to be proud of about how they had to, you know, they had to start a GoFundMe to help to send the team to the tournament. I think that's despicable. You know what I'm saying? And the sad part about it one, it's fucking despicable, and two, you know, this happens in Jamaica all the time where they do something and then the fucking politicians then they um they jump on the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? Like that should never happen. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk all this bullshit about supporting women and this, that, and the other, blah 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 blah. But they needed a fucking GoFundMe to like now they're getting all this buzz, and every bullshit politician is gonna jump on. Shit happens all the time. Happens all the damn time. None of the disgusting brothers are here. Dennis. So it was kind of bittersweet for me tonight because that shit always happens where like, you know, now we're all about the women, you know, and like women's soccer, next thing you know, they're gonna go home and everybody's gonna talk about how amazing the women are, and they needed a fucking GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying? So people abroad was like funding the fucking team. Like amazing. Amazing stuff. It's just funny how that happens. Always. You know, so they're the buzz this morning, and that's pretty good. I'm happy for them though. Like when I lived in Jamaica, women's football wasn't even a thing, bro. It wasn't even a thing at all, actually. So it's kind of special to see that it got to that level where, you know, people are getting some recognition in there. That's pretty special. And I was having a conversation yesterday with somebody, and they was like, they were saying how the team is going to be no good, like, and they're banking on Jordan Poole getting better. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's cool and all. Have Jordan Poole go and get better somewhere else. I'm completely fine with it. Completely okay with it. I am completely fine with Jordan Poole going somewhere else and getting better. Like, you know. On the other hand, I'm not so fine with it because here's the thing: like, if Klay Thompson is not going to sign that contract, then what's the point of it? You know, KD is definitely high in that thing, bro. He's definitely high. What's going on, Kevin? That Klay Thompson thing been irking me all year because I knew that shit was coming, bro. He's gonna bet on himself, right? Everybody else is taking a sacrifice, but him. Amazing. No fucking self-awareness. Hey, Kevin, what's going on? Good morning.
Hey,
Hey,
can you hear
can
me
you hear me
okay?
okay?
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
there's going to
there's
be
going
a
to be a
day
day
where
where
Jordan
Jordan
Poole
Poole
scores like
scores like
35
35
for
for
Washington. They're
Washington.
going to
They're
win a
going to win a
game. The
game. The
Warriors are going
Warriors
to
are going to
lose.
lose.
And
And
all the
all the
Poole
Poole
stands are
stands
going
are.
to.
Oh, we still got an echo?
Am I still echoing? No, I don't think so. Um, so I was just saying that there's going to be a day where Jordan Poole scores like 30 something and the Wizards win and the Warriors lose, maybe a game they should have won, and everybody's going to be telling, all the Poole stands are going to say, "See, we should have kept Jordan. We should have kept Jordan." And then, when we're a third or fourth seed and
Bro, I'm
Washington doesn't
telling
make,
you, it's
and they don't
it's
make the
it's
play
not
in,
the Jordan thing. What happened? Where did Kev go? The Jordan
oh,
thing
I'm
doesn't
here.
even bother me that much, bro. Like, I think we should have kept one of them, and I don't know which one of them it is, especially in light of what's happening with Clay now. You know what I'm saying? I always knew we had a problem when Clay was like, "I ain't sacrificing shit." Like, yeah, okay. I always thought that was a weird comment. Always thought that shit was a weird comment. Like, he ain't sacrificing shit. Like, dude is getting paid. He's flying under the radar. You know. I always thought that was odd. Always thought that was odd. Hey, Kev.
I don't know if it's me, but my playback is freaking cooked.
Oh shit.
I think I'm good now, but I mean, we were talking about this like a month ago. I was perfectly fine with keeping Jordan over Clay. Like, I really was. But Jordan would have to show offensively and play a certain role. Play like that I would have been okay keeping Jordan because he's 10 years younger. He's an amazing talent. On this team,
Kev, you're like breaking
he
up, bro.
went this
Where you at?
completely other route and was pouting and was talking to people about he should be starting. That I'm better than Clay. I'm better than Steph. Like, I, I don't know, man. Like, would the Warriors be better with Jordan over Clay? I don't know. Maybe not this year, upcoming season. But I think in 2 to 3 years, when maybe Steph is 37 years old
So here's
and
the plan,
Jordan,
bro.
you know what I'm saying? Like, they
Here's
could have
what
been better.
happened. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Here's what happened. Like, I think the organization had a plan to to kind of phase out the guys, whatever, right? So I think because Wiseman failed and all the other guys failed so miserably, right? Like, I think it just threw that plan out of the window. You know what I'm saying? And I think Jordan was the centerpiece of that plan. You know what I'm saying? So when they paid him first, they were basically telling you like it was almost an admission of what their plan was. You know what I'm saying? And then the Draymond thing happened and all of that. So the organization, I think, helped create that, right? Like guys didn't earn shit, but yet they were being groomed for like taking over. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's like a bad look, you know. So dudes came in and they did this and they did that, and then it was like, okay,
Irk, Irk. The future of the team was supposed to be this starting five: Jordan Poole, Moses Moody, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman.
yeah,
So they were setting up a new starting five for the future when all these other guys are done. And like I could see the vision. Like I just named a starting five. That starting five, if everybody developed and Poole and Moody were the players that they were supposed to become, Kuminga is this, not to the Kawhi Leonard level, but a Kawhi Leonard type player, and with Wiseman, and I mean, I could see what they were trying to do. I could see the vision, but Wiseman got injured, and Poole was developing, and then he went completely. The other, I don't know what happened to him, but
Yo, Kev, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've been aggravated with Clay since he got back from injury, not because of any performance thing like that, because I said up front, I was like, we should give him like some grace, as certain people would say. We should give him some grace. And to a certain extent, I was giving him grace, right? So when he came back and he started and he was on minutes restriction, I thought that was weird, right? Because Jordan Poole was doing a fine job doing what he did, right? So like he needed to ramp himself up and all of that, right? So he was on minutes restrictions. He wasn't playing back to back. Even this past season, he wasn't playing back to backs, right? So they throw him in there, right? And all right, let me start over. I want y'all to realize how many fucking concessions they've made for Clay, right? So let's go back to the 2019 finals, right? Go back to the 19 finals, and he tears his ACL, right? Awful injury, he tears his ACL. This man then comes back, and he's rehabbing away from the team, okay? He's rehabbing away from the team.
don't forget they gave him his extension right after.
Oh,
his
yeah.
ACL.
Sorry. I missed that part. So, tears his ACL, he gets his extension, and he gets his full extension, right? Like, they didn't negotiate with him or anything like that. They were good about it, and they gave him his full extension. No discount, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? And we were going to be bad the following season, right? So, it's almost like they had to pay him, right? So, they had to pay him, and they did him a solid. They gave him the full max, right? And what's the max?
Guarantees.
Full guarantees everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't throw in incentives in there, none of that shit. They gave him full guarantees, right? He earned it. Like, he at that point, he was a 3-time champion, right? Second greatest shooter ever, all of that, right? And he was playing the best basketball of his life, tears his ACL or whatever, right? He comes back, and he tears his ACL. They give him the full max. So the full max, the only reason why he didn't get the super max is because he didn't make the All-NBA team, right? So he would have been eligible for that. So he doesn't get the super max because he didn't make a All-NBA team. I think Brad Beal made it over him. And he doesn't get the super max, right? So then he comes back now, in the next season, bro. And I'm watching this man on Instagram, That's why Instagram ain't good, because I'm watching him and his girlfriend, and they are on vacation. This is why we're sucking ass, you know what I'm saying? And we're winning like 10 games. And we're sucking ass. And I watch this dude, and he's on vacation and all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? And everybody on Instagram and Twitter's like, oh my God, look at Clay. Oh my God, after so many years, he deserved this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking at it like, motherfucker should be rehabbing. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we can make the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Like, or something. Steph breaks his hand, all of that goes out the window, but I'm still watching this dude, rehab away from the team, and he's on vacation, and he's in Paris, and he's with his girlfriend, and all of this stuff. And at the time, he was dating that actress, right? So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But my thing is like, motherfucker, you ain't rehabbing. Then we come back. And, COVID happens, all of that shit, and nobody's training. Everybody's sitting around getting fat. You know what I'm saying? So no basketball is being played and all of this shit. So we come back and into the next season, and then he's working out or whatever, and he he tears his Achilles. I never got the feeling, right? And like, if you talk to any physio, bro, like that was a compensation injury. You know what I'm saying? Like him tearing his Achilles, right? Like I don't think his legs were ever right. And when you come back from injury, the biggest fear is compensation. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to compensate for things, right? So, unfortunately he tears his ACL, but like I have a theory that he never got right. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think his legs were ever strong enough. He ever got right. Nothing. Shout out to Buffon for retiring, bro. Like that man's been playing
That
since I was in my.
that guy's a fucking legend.
Oh my God! Like bro. Like that man. Like I remember watching Euro 2000, and he should have played in Euro 2000, but he got hurt. So that's how long he's been. He's been
Bro,
playing.
I remember playing on my best friend's GameCube, like FIFA World Cup
Yeah,
2002 on his GameCube, and we would always play with Italy because they were the best team.
yeah,
And Buffon was like the best goalkeeper by far. Like he's a legend.
yeah. So Italy inserted this dude called what was his name? I think it was Pagliuca, right? And Pagliuca, he was just as good, bro. Like against Holland in the semifinals, bro, the man saved like 4 penalties. Probably one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. But anyways, back to Clay. So Clay Thompson comes in like it was a compensation injury, right? So he comes back and he has the Achilles or whatever, right? Horrible, horrible injury. But it makes me wonder, like, did this dude just take the rehab seriously, right? Like, like based on COVID and all of that, and he did it away from the team and he gets hurt or whatever, right? So now the Warriors said like, nah, you're gonna be here right here with us. Next thing you know, you see Clay at every home game. You know what I'm saying? He's at every home game. He's making a presence now. You know what I'm saying? And you could see like the pain just going through his eyes, basically, right? But the thing about basketball is that, like, bro, like these dudes are so competitive. Like every little edge matters. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not taking this shit seriously, like it will punish you. Like the process will punish you, right? So, he gets hurt. I don't think he took the rehab seriously. The second time around, you could tell that he was like locked in, locked in. You know what I'm saying? So, Jordan Poole. We hear that Jordan Poole is supposed to start, right? And I'm looking at Jordan Poole in that summer of 2021, and the motherfucker is snapping, bro. Like you could tell, like you could see his body just transform. You know what I'm saying? Because Jordan Poole, he had the body of a college student that goes to Chick-fil-A every night. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, but he's really good at basketball. You know what I'm saying? So, he comes back in the year and he's like, yo, like I see Jordan snapping, and you just see like his whole frame change. You know what I'm saying? And he looked like he grew and all of this stuff, right? So in the preseason, Jordan Poole, there were 2 games that he played against the Lakers, bro, and he was fucking killing the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely serving them. Next thing Steph is making proclamations about Jordan, saying about how good Jordan is, right? And all this time I was wondering, like, how is Clay handling this? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like I even came on Spaces. I don't know if y'all remember this, and I was like, the harsh reality of this thing is that Wiggins and Jordan Poole have replaced Klay Thompson's production. And I said it, and people got mad at me at the time, and I was like, bro, that's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man is just that good, So that's how good Jordan was. So, Klay Thompson comes back. And I always found it weird, bro. I always found it weird that Klay came back on minutes restriction and he started. You know what I'm saying? But that's fine, right? Like, that's completely okay. So
Well, we all know why, because he said "fuck you" to Kerr. Like,
yeah, bro. Like, bro, I'm even leaving that out, and that's well documented. Like, I heard Ricky G came on and said that one time. I never spoke to Ricky G before. right? I heard that from somewhere else. Matter of fact, I heard that from a couple of people that Kerr asked him to come off the bench, and he was like, "Nah, fuck you. I'm not coming off no bench," right? So he comes back or whatever, and because they want to keep the peace, basically. So Jordan is looking at this dude, and Jordan, he's probably outplaying him too. Like he's probably on the other unit, and he's just outplaying Clay in every practice. You know what I'm saying? That's probably happening. And Jordan is just annoyed because now Jordan is coming off of the bench. And, like he's
And
Jordan.
as a team, we were cooking too. Like
So
with
Kev,
Jordan, we were in the starting lineup. We were cooking. Like we looked like a championship team. Like we were playing very well.
so I'm watching this shit, right? And I'm like kind of talking about it or whatever. And then you had the Clay stand saying, we should give him time, we should give him time, we should give him time, right? And then I'm watching Jordan Poole get attacked, and then I'm watching Andrew Wiggins get attacked, right? Like the timeline is killing these dudes, and they're just fucking ignoring Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? So dudes are just getting killed left and right. And I'm watching this happen, and I'm like, that's interesting. So now we should trade Wiggins. Wiggins just made the All-Star team, right? People are saying that, and they're killing Andrew Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? So
All star starter.
he was an All-Star starter, right? I don't care how you think that he got there, bro, but we were the best team in basketball, and he was the best perimeter defender, averaging like 18, 19 points a game, right? So he was amazing, right? Like absolutely amazing. And then I'm watching Jordan. Jordan was pretty good too. You know what I'm saying? I put a bet down that Jordan was going to average 20. Klay Thompson comes back, that shit was out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how good I thought Jordan was going to be. He came pretty good to averaging 20. So I was like, that's not bad, right? So then Draymond gets hurt, and the whole time I'm watching it, and Klay is just jacking up shots left and right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, like, can you fucking relax, bro? Like, so he's just jacking up shots left and right. He's doing this and he's doing that. And the thing with Klay is like, I think why he was able to get away with jacking up shots so much is because, before he was like a lockdown defender. You know what I'm saying? And he would chase guards around and all of that shit. Like he was really, really good back then. And he like, so now he's just jacking up shots and he's not a great defender. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can he be, right? Like he tore his Achilles, right? But he's still jacking up shots. And you could see real time where it's affecting everybody now, not just Jordan, not just Wiggins, but even Steph it's affecting. So then Draymond comes back and, Steph gets hurt, and then him and Jordan, are playing or whatever, right? But it just never worked with all three of them on the court. You know what I'm saying? And then enter the playoffs now. Steph is like, you know what? Because all this weird shit is going on behind the scenes, and Steph is trying to keep the peace now. You know what I'm saying? So Steph is like, all right, like, let me try to keep the peace. I'm going to come off the bench. Steph, probably one of the best bench players in NBA history, right? So he's there, and he's coming off the bench. So, and all this time, I'm not really saying anything about Clay. Steph is coming off the bench. Jordan doesn't have a choice. He's like the odd man out. You know what I'm saying? And Jordan, here's where I'm going to give him some rope. He is a young player. He's not mature enough to say, whatever. But at the same time, he's watching Clay tell Kerr to fuck off. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, hold up. So they're preaching all this bullshit, and then it's like, oh, Clay, right? So they go to the playoffs. Jordan is playing really pretty good in the playoffs and all of this stuff, right? So, the myth of Jordan Poole is starting to build now. Clay he has games up, he has games down, but for the most part, he's getting burned on defense. You know what I'm saying? They win the title, and I was like, all right, like, Clay came back mid-year. And I always have this thing with players. It's like, I don't like when they come back mid-year. I think the summer is when you really put the work in to, like, come back and get better. You know what I'm saying? So he comes back.
Yo, Oracle.
What's going on, Sam?
Did you see Steph rapping today?
Hold on, bro. You always come in and try to fuck things up. Hold
My
that thought.
fault.
Yeah, so he comes back, right? He comes back, and my expectation is that Clay Thompson, he's just gonna go into the summer and just attack it. You know what I'm saying? Like they won a championship, and he's just gonna take like a few weeks off, and then he's just gonna come back and he's just gonna attack it. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then he comes back or whatever, and next thing you know, Shadow is saying like, "Yo, Clay is not right." You know what I'm saying? Like he's just out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at that shit and I'm like, once I heard that, bro, and I heard like the thing about, oh, he was mentally checked out and he was just exhausted, and bro, like I'm not fucking trying to hear that, bro. You just won a championship, right? And I'm hearing that you weren't playing pickup. Nah, bro, that was more than not playing pickup. Next thing you know, he's not even playing. He's damn near not playing one preseason game, basically, right? So then he comes into the season and then he looks like dog shit, absolute dog shit, right? Like, and all of these concessions are being made for him, bro. So, like my annoyance just went up tenfold because, not only do you push Jordan Poole out the starting lineup, and not only does the team take a dip, right? Like in terms of what they were doing before, he comes in and he just fucks up that whole chemistry, right? And everybody is
And
doing like the
Eric,
main fucking thing
just
with him. It's like, come on, man.
just real quick too. This is from Jordan Poole coming off what, back to back 30-point games against Denver. He's averaging 18, 50, 40, 90 in the finals, right? I mean, Jordan Poole has emerged as a serious player on the team, like a serious player, not just like a role player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the dude is a starting level guard in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's here. Like, Jordan Poole is here.
No, you're right. I mean, like, so next thing you know, he's coming off the bench and they're asking him to do something that he's not comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan is not a perfect player, right? So when people are annoyed about CP3, I get why they're annoyed. But if like my thing is this, you can't talk from both sides of your mouth, right? It's either you're with the core or you're not with the core, right? Like, which is it? And I'm going to say it again. It's either you're with the core or you're not with the core, right? So if you're with the core, Jordan Poole has to go. If you're not with the core, trade Klay Thompson. Those are the decisions that you need to make. There is no half measure shit with this because we can't going forward having Jordan come off the bench. What you're asking him to do off of the bench, it's not going to work, right? Like, it's just not going to work. It was never going to work. And plus, like, there's the money thing, right? Like before, it was just a matter of guys getting paid, right? And you just paying every guy, and you pay like a 4x on the money, right? Anything over the luxury tax, you would just pay a 4x. Cool. Lakeup is making a ton of money. If you have to pay 400 million for the roster, so be it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened, right? So, but now we have this second apron bullshit, and now you can't sign a mid level. Like now you don't have the ability to sign buyouts and all of this bullshit, bro. So it became extremely punitive, right? So it's either you let go Jordan Poole or you trade Klay Thompson, right? So what did they do? They went older, more experienced, and they traded Jordan. The decision was always going to be Jordan or Klay, not Jordan, Klay, Steph. None of that. Not Jordan, Klay, Draymond. It was always going to be Jordan versus Klay. Always. That's how it was all year long. You know what I'm saying? because they've been battling for that spot for the longest. You know what I'm saying? And now that they pay Jordan, you can't have that man at $30 million a year coming off the bench. It's just not going to work. You know what I'm saying? I never thought it was going to work. So, so Jordan is there pouting or whatever, and he's there talking shit behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Clay is fucking selfish and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing all the childish shit behind the scenes. But him saying Clay is selfish, there is a ring of truth to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some truth in that, because everything that Clay did from that point on was absolutely selfish. You know what I'm saying? It was never for the team. It was for him. You know what I'm saying? And at every point in time, I watched Clay be protected by the fan base because he's quirky and he's funny and he's this, he's that, right? And they were just never realizing like the selfish shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Poole ain't selfish too. They're both fucking selfish, bro. Like, they're both selfish. But, Poole kind of took it and he's like, you know what, bro? Like, I'm just going to swallow it up and go to the bench and all of this, right? But, bro, you heard Mark Edwards come in here, bro. Like, Mark Edwards was kind of saying, like, yeah, Clay, Jordan is better. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would lightly come in and say it, And all year long, I was just going back and forth with who's better. Like, who would I want going forward? You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I don't know who. But I will say this. With this contract thing now, and we got this contract thing, and that's on the table, bro, I don't see, like, now I'm like now we're starting to rethink this, right? And you cannot trade away Klay Thompson and say Steph Curry this or that, because Steph is riding with this dude. This dude is like a brother to Steph, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if I were cutthroat, bro, I'd probably trade Klay. Get back what you can get back for him, and just bring in Jordan Poole, because it's not that I care about paying or not paying Klay Thompson. When you're gonna pay him, like, he wants $40 million a year again, bro. He's not a $40 million, bro. First of all, he was never
That's like second
max.
All NBA. That's like second team All NBA.
Bro,
Like,
he's not that good, bro.
he's not going to be making All Star teams. He's not going to be and second team All NBA on the defense. You know what I'm saying? That's not
Yeah,
Clay anymore.
yeah. So Clay, bro, like, I'm watching him shoot us out of a playoff game, bro. I was beyond annoyed, and a part of it, I'm annoyed with Steph too. You know what I'm saying? Because they let that Game 6 Clay shit, and I know exactly what was happening, bro. Like, fam, I was talking to Shadow that day, and he was saying, like, he was getting word that Clay was meditating and he was doing this and he was doing that, right? So this motherfucker is like leaning into the damn Game 6 Clay shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, we are fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're absolutely fucked. Like, between that and the injury, bro, it's like I almost felt like he was gonna come and just shoot us out of the thing. You know what I'm saying? So said, so done, bro. So
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 my question to you, Irk, is,
yeah,
I know they waited. I mean, well, in relative to the summer, they traded away Jordan Poole relatively early. But could they have kept both of them and then said, "Hey, like, Clay's gonna sign this. Like, we're waiting for Clay to sign this extension. Here's his money." Like, could they have kept both of them to where they're still on the roster right now? But then if they're gonna realize that Clay's not gonna take a pay cut, then trade Clay, because it seems like the trade the Jordan Poole trade came pretty quick. Um, You know what I'm saying? Like, could they have kept both of them, or was there something with, like, the new rules that they had to get rid of one of them? And I don't know, because I just felt like the Jordan thing happened pretty quick, and they were banking on Clay signing this extension, and he still hasn't signed it yet. So
yeah.
So could at this point could they have still had both of them and then traded one, or was it like they had to get under the certain apron to get rid of Jordan? Like I don't know.
I don't think it would have worked in the locker room for him.
No,
To be
but what
honest.
I'm saying is they could have waited to trade one of them later in the off season. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but seeing that Clay hasn't signed now,
Just trade him at the trade deadline.
yeah,
Yeah, but here's the problem now, right? Like we just let Jordan Poole go, right? Jordan Poole was
exactly.
drafted here. He was
That's
developed
the
here,
problem, exactly. So
right?
now
Like,
if you trade Clay, then you don't have either of them. It's like
right. So
they should have kept both of them and then just traded one of them and said, okay,
Kevin,
we're done with that.
Traded for like Lillard or something.
Kevin, let me tell you something. The fact that Klay Thompson stayed, right, and now he's hardballing for a contract or whatever, right? Like, I don't see how, especially Lacob, right? Because Lacob got his hands bent into the older guys or whatever, right? Like he got his arm twisted. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like because Clay wants like what he wants right now, they probably should have just fucking traded him, bro. Like
I really
Yep.
want to
so
know. I
Facts.
really want to know the trade that Steph said no to because, bro, like if it's
That's what I was thinking last night. Steph vetoed a trade
if
and he
it's
still
if
hasn't
it's
signed.
for a certain player that wears a number in the teens, and he said no to that, I'm gonna be fucking pissed because, bro, Steph is so frustrating. He's a great all-time player, but bro,
He's
he's
too like
costing
friendly and stuff like
he's
that.
costing himself championships. Like he just is. He's costing himself championships because of loyalty. So
yeah.
Wait, Steph declined to trade for him.
I don't know who, but I know that Shadow has come in here and said that Steph said no to a deal, which included Klay Thompson. I don't know who it's for. I'm sure he'll tell us that at the end of the season or at the trade deadline or whatever. But Steph did say no to a trade.
Do you want me to
For
tell you
Paul
who it was?
George.
But I've said it before.
It's Paul George.
Oh,
It's yeah, it is Paul George.
I haven't heard it, so this is new information to me.
So Paul George was being floated, right? Like remember when Paul George was
Mm-hmm.
floated a few months ago? See, the chat knows, bro. Like the chat is tapped in.
Yep. Everybody knew that.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was Paul George.
Would you have traded Clay for Paul George?
100%, bro. Are you kidding?
100%.
In a heartbeat.
I don't know.
Crazy.
100%.
Paul George can't stay healthy.
Paul George is a better basketball player than Klay Thompson. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
At this point, he's a better basketball player. Was it a straight up Klay for Paul George, or was there other stuff involved in that?
I don't know, but Paul George was being shopped. You know, and that was one of the things that they were looking at.
So
Yeah.
there's levels to this. What was there a conversation?
Kevin, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the levels of it, bro.
Because if
that
it
would
was like if the Warriors were like, okay, we'll give you Klay Thompson, or the Clippers called us and said, hey, we'll take Klay and X player and a few picks for Paul George. And we were like, oh, yeah, okay, we're going to do that deal, but we got to check first. And then they went to Steph, and Steph was like, fuck that. Like, bro, that shit will piss me off if he said no to that. Because if the Clippers were willing to take Klay off our hands and give us Paul George back, and Steph said no,
Man.
bro, come on, man. That's
Yeah.
annoying. That annoys
To
the
make it
crap
even
out of me.
worse,
Yo,
Klay
you
hasn't
know what's
signed
crazy?
yet. They're just like big spit in the face, like, oh, we
Donovan
didn't trade
Mitchell
you.
might be
You
on
signed
the
it yet?
draft.
Basically spitting in our faces, bro.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell might be on the draft trade block. He might
said
not
that?
resign with Cleveland.
Who said that?
It's been floating around that he hasn't signed an extension yet with the Cleveland Cavs, and Brian Windhorst saying that there's a reason why he hasn't. So he might be
Wait, who?
willing to leave.
Who?
Donovan Mitchell.
Why that shit look like AI?
It looks like AI.
That's what I saw. This shit's crazy.
It does look like AI. That's funny. It does look like AI, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even here to like bash Jordan Poole or do anything like that, bro, because my stance, I am annoyed with him, but my stance all year long was that one of them needed to get traded. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the damn fan base is talking about, oh, we should have kept him. So do you want to trade Clay? I don't think any of that was feasible at any point. You know what I'm saying? So when people were like, "Oh, we should have done this," and nah, bro, like we're
Berg,
in
so with
one of
this
the
with
contracts
this
needed to go, bro.
with this information and Steph nixing that trade, bro, I'm putting me personally, I'm putting pressure on Steph this year, man, because you had a chance to improve the team and you didn't do it because of loyalty. All right, bro, you're making it harder on yourself. Like, you better go win the fucking title now because
I don't even
you're
know
just,
I would put that on Steph necessarily. I am putting
dude. How could you not? How
no
could you
because
not?
no. Fuck that, bro. Like end of the day, as an organization, you have a job to do. And again, I don't know the particulars or how far it got. Maybe it's a situation where the Clippers were just trying to gauge what Paul George's value is. You know what I'm saying? Teams do that all the time, and they don't know like what the status is of Kawhi and all of that. So maybe they were just saying, let's float him out there and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna just throw that out on Steph when I don't know. These are just rumors, bro. So I don't know how far they got in that conversation, right? So I'm not gonna like rile anybody up when I don't know or I didn't hear it definitively. Like
I guess
that's
that's
what
fair.
happened.
That's
You
fair.
know what I'm saying? So that's what I don't want to do, right? But kind of when we look at like Clay, you know, I am just going off. The only thing that I'm going off of is is that just the pattern of two guards fighting for a spot and how both of them were just selfish. You know what I'm saying? But you can't blame them because money is on the line and all of that stuff, and people are competitive and all of that, and people got paid and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame anybody. But what I am gonna say, bro, if I see Klay Thompson come in and be out of shape or any of that nonsense, bro, if he doesn't look like he looked in the regular season right off the bat, and he looked like he's out there with sea legs, bro, like I don't know that I'll be able to hold myself back, bro. Especially since we got rid of the bozos too, right? Like I got myself rid of like all of the bozos that was preventing me from saying what I really say. Like I don't think I'm gonna hold back. I'm sorry, like because ultimately I just care about fucking winning. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care about who is a fan of who and all of that, bro. Like I don't give a shit. Like I want to just win this title. Like, and I am even more annoyed because I just watched Denver win the fucking title. You know what I'm saying? No excuse this year, man. Like, like, bro, I was getting annoyed and I was just rolling my eyes last year when people were like, "Oh, Clay has PTSD from playing pickup." That is not playing pickup, bro. Like, no, fuck that. That man took the summer off. Let's just call it what it is.
Call a spade, man. Like that was
Traumatized.
me.
This motherfucker was out there running, like playing high intensity basketball in the NBA finals. And now he's traumatized. At
Exactly.
some point, we got to just fucking call bullshit, bro.
Like I said yesterday, Eric, Clay
We
ain't
were
got
throwing shit around
no
like
space.
PTSD, bro. Like Kev, PTSD is
It's
disrespectful.
crazy. It is disrespectful because
You know what
a
real
lot of people
PTSD is, dog? Come on, man.
exactly like they ain't never been through that type of shit yet, Nico. Like,
Come on, bro. Like, and everybody was like, "Oh, Clay, this, bro." Like, I was one of the main people that was like, "Fuck that," because I knew exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I looked at the pattern of behavior and I was like, not buying that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying that. Not buying that. Not buying the shit where, oh,
Lil
you know what
Baby
I'm
ain't
saying?
played all season last season, and the season
Bro,
before
I
that.
was
It was crazy.
and it's like then when he started to play well, people were like, "Well, shut the fuck up now, bro." It wasn't just him not playing well, bro. It was just a pattern of things that I noticed. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, bro. Jordan was immature, and you know, bro. At some point, it's either you just got to get the fuck out of town, or like you just got to get over it, bro. Like we're trying to win. You know what I'm saying? And then all of that shit. You like it's either you suck it up or you say you got to go. You know what I'm saying? So at some point he did do that though, but it just annoyed me all year, bro. Like it just annoyed me all year long. And I'm glad that he started to play well and all of that stuff, right? And it wasn't even about his play. It was about just the whole approach and just a level of selfishness, bro. Because I always thought it was just annoying. And it was just annoying me all year long. Because it wasn't like just last season. It was just everything, bro. Like the whole thing. Everything that I just told you right now, that's what really got under my skin. You know? And there's no excuse this year, bro. There's no excuse. And
He's like, it's
Shadow came in
okay.
here
He's
yesterday, and Shadow was like, "Nope, don't want to rile anything up." And I know it, right?
all I'm saying is you got no room for nothing from me. I'm gonna be on his head top, bro. Like
Yeah,
any mistakes, dirty fingers.
bro. I was just beyond annoyed, man. Like so annoyed with this thing, and it's like people get mad like when we go at Clay, and I get it. He's beloved and all of that, but I mean, I care about championships. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
why is Clay so sacred? Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, he fucks up, he fucks up. That's it. Like, he gets, he
Yeah,
gets.
yeah, but um, so he's gonna bet on himself, huh? How old is Clay
Yep,
Thompson at this point?
He's 33.
30.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and
Yeah,
Dre are
bro
33.
should give it up at this. You should give it up at this point. 33 is
I'm,
crazy.
well, I'm, so he's 33 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and he's thinking that he's gonna make.
All star,
So what's his max? Like, what's his max coming up? So he wants like what, a 3 year deal?
160.
So he wants 3 years, 150.
No, 4 years, 160. What Shadow said.
Bro, this nigga's tripping, bro. He ain't getting that.
He wants 40 mil. He wants 40 mil. 40 mil a year.
He wants $40 million a year.
Yep.
Are we sure about that?
Yo.
Are we sure he wants 40?
Shadow said dropped it in the chat yesterday. He said he wants 4 years, 160.
Well, he's out of his mind then. I don't know what he's
Yeah,
thinking.
this shit is crazy. 4 years, 160.
You
Ain't
know,
nobody
this
doing
is
Like, I
why
that.
I
love
like
him.
Snake because Snake is actually a Clay fan, but she's pretty reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Right?
I don't
Snake
know
is
what's
pretty
going on.
reasonable because Snake is like, but it's all right. The cap is going up. That's true, right? The cap is going up. All of that stuff, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Clay is going to get paid 34, 35, 36, 37. So he's going to be making $40 million at
That
37
shit,
years old.
that shit
And
crazy.
we have seen examples of him not being really locked in with his training. So
The last 2 years.
we're
Exactly.
gonna
So
pay
The
him
last two
150.
years, bro.
exactly. So why would you pay him that
And
kind
you
of money? I
came
don't
back
know
from
what he's
injury the
thinking.
last 2 years, and you're not the player you used to be, and you're advertising for a max deal is crazy to me, bro. Like that makes no sense. Like you came back over, give you 22 because you came back off of injury. You came into 23, freaking fat as shit into training camp. Like, bro, what's going on? And then you want a max deal? I'm bet on myself. I'm betting
Yeah,
on my. What do you mean you betting on yourself, my
I
nigga?
mean, I understand that he wants to bet on himself, but like, can you just like be serious? Like, $40 million, that's crazy. Like,
he
you're not
wasn't
that.
even worth Snake.
Yeah,
He wasn't even worth the 40. Like
yeah,
He's
I'm,
I know
not.
that.
I'm
Yeah, I
And
know,
they
I know that. Like,
they gave him
it
out of
was.
generosity. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
I
you
know that
weren't.
he wasn't worth the 40 in 2019, but like, at least he can like back it up with his level of play. But like right now, I don't think so.
Exactly.
Like, you're not the same defender that you used to be. I mean, you're a good shooter. You're still a great shooter, but like sometimes you're like shooting us out of games. I just don't know. And you don't take your training seriously. So,
And y'all hear me out. Don't y'all think if you gotta bet on yourself, that means you gotta bet on winning another championship, not getting a max deal? Because come on, bro, what is the point of all of
I
this if
mean,
you just want money?
I mean,
So the,
I do think he wants another championship, but I think that, he cares about his money now, which I understand, but at the same time, you're not worth that kind of money anymore.
I
I'm
mean, he
sorry.
cares about it now, but he got a max deal already, so like, you shouldn't be looking out for one now. Like everybody on the team took a pay cut, bro. Every
I hope he I hope he takes a pay cut, but if he doesn't, then,
And the
it
fact
is what
that
it is.
Steph vetoed a trade and then you still haven't signed, you just spitting in Steph's face like, yo, bro, you not signing. And then you saying you bet on yourself. That means you got no loyalty, bro. No loyalty.
I
I
think
don't care what nobody says. There's no loyalty to that, bro.
I think he does have loyalty, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I think he just cares about his money more. But we'll see.
We will see.
We'll
We
see.
will.
I hope he takes a pay cut. I
Now,
really
if Clay
do.
comes into the season, makes All Star, second, yeah, I'll shut my shit. I'll shut my shit up. I'll apologize to the timeline, but that's not gonna happen, bro. So I would like to have he bet on himself and he played the best play we ever seen since 2019. Okay, sure, for sure.
I
But
mean, I
I don't
think
want to
it's
take it away from the team. Like he's being greedy, shooting us out of games. Like
yeah, I think it's too much to ask for him to like be his 2019 self, but at least like stay in the flow of the offense. Like at least try on defense. Like I'm not asking you to be like this good defender. I mean like this exceptional defender that you were before your injuries, but like just try not to hijack the offense. Like that's just all I'm asking. And try on defense, please. Like that's just all I'm asking.
I just want him to play his role. That's it.
Yeah,
You don't gotta do too much.
don't you don't have to be like the second option. Like you're not the second option anymore.
Exactly.
I don't think you ever were, but you know, take
I
less
think the
shots,
biggest thing
please.
with Clay is he gotta come to terms with the type of player he is today. Like,
Yeah, and I
I'm
think
gonna be dead honest
I
with
think
you, right?
Steph needs to do that as well.
What I think a part of the problem was, and this problem started a long time ago. You know, when it was Steph, Clay, Draymond, right?
Hmm.
And I've had these conversations before with certain people, and like I think there always has to be a hierarchy,
Hmm.
and I don't think there was ever a hierarchy with Clay and Draymond, right? Like
Hmm.
even when KD was here, right? Like it's almost like people treated Steph, Clay, Draymond, and KD like they were all equals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen to me. They were never equals. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Hmm.
And I
exactly.
think that's a part of the problem is that Clay and Draymond felt like they were as good as Steph and KD. You know what I'm saying? And there is a clear gap in terms of players between, Steph and KD versus Clay and Draymond. You know what I'm saying? Like I always felt like there was a delineation between the Stephen KD, and we know we always had like the Stephen KD thing, like and all of that stuff, right? Like there was always friction and all of that nonsense, right? But you know, the fact that it got advertised like that, and the fact that they treated it like that, this is like why we're at the point that we're at right now. You know what I'm saying? Because Clay he treats himself like you saw how he reacted to like the top 75 shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Yep. Bro, it's easy.
all right, I get that he's an NBA champion, right? But who won the top 75 that just got nominated? So they did like the top 50. Those dudes are solid. They're not going anywhere. But who on the top 75 would you have put, replaced it and knocked off Clay?
Dame. I don't know why Dame's on the top 75.
Mm-hmm.
So you are more than comfortable putting.
Well, I would rather put Draymond in the top 75 more than Clay, if that makes sense. But if
So
it was
everyone
Clay,
in here thinks that Dame is better than Clay, correct?
yeah. As a player, yes,
It's a
Dame is
player,
better
I
than
would
Clay.
say, yeah.
But I don't understand why Dame's on the top
Clay now,
75 though.
yeah. If you're talking about the Clay now, yeah.
Was Chris Paul on the top 75?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think that Clay is better than Chris Paul?
No. No. No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Hmm. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I like Clay, but his reaction to like that top 75 shit, like I don't know.
It was
It
kind of
was
hilarious to
crazy.
me.
It was weird, man.
It was kind of hilarious to me. I'm
It
sorry.
was it was funny. It was funny until I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, you're literally worried about the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It became like a running joke. What kept
yeah,
happening in it.
maybe he should have been on there, but maybe Draymond should be on there
Draymond
more than
definitely
Clay.
deserves
Yeah,
to be on
Draymond
there.
has
He
definitely has a
definitely
more
deserves
like
his
he has a bigger case than
resume.
Clay.
Even though his resume speaks for him.
Maybe Draymond should be on there over Clay. Like,
DPOY, how much times he made it all defense?
I
Like
I
what,
I
5
would
times
agree with
already?
that.
but this is
I
the
don't
other
think
thing, though.
I don't think Draymond should be on there.
He
Um,
should.
Well, he definitely should.
He should.
His
Draymond should
a
be
resume
top
there
speaks
more
for
than
itself,
75
bro.
Dame.
player. I
Yes.
mean, Chris
Yes.
Bosh,
Yes.
an 11-time All-Star, is not even a top 75
Well,
player. So, I mean, let's put that into perspective.
okay.
I mean, Chris
I
Bosh
agree.
was one of the best players in the Eastern Conference for like 6 years before he went to LeBron. And he's a 2-3-time champion, so I mean, an 11-time
I
All-Star,
mean, Draymond is a 4-time
3
champion, DPOI. How much times he
I
been in
know,
the
bro,
All
but we're
Defensive
talking
Team?
about a perennial All-Star, one of the best players in the entire Eastern Conference for like 5-6 straight years, and he's
Couldn't
not
get
on
it done by himself.
a.
So
Chris Bosh is a better basketball player than Draymond Green, in my opinion.
nobody's saying no, bro. The resumes that people on the top 75, Draymond should have made it, bro.
Yeah,
But
I'm.
but my definition is if Chris Bosh is a better basketball player than Draymond Green, and he's not on the top 75 list, why does Draymond deserve to be there?
So who
That's
on
a
the
good
top
point.
75 would you take out?
I would take Dame off.
Kevin, that's a good point.
Dame should
I
not
don't.
be on there.
I don't think AD should be on the top 75.
Like,
It's too early for him.
do people
It's too early for him.
understand how great Chris Bosh was? Like,
Yeah, he was doing a thing before he came to Miami. He was definitely top. I would say top 5 in his position.
the dude, Chris Bosh was a top 10 player for like 6-7 straight years
I'm
in
talking
the
about his
NBA.
position. I would say he's top 5.
Yeah, Draymond. I wouldn't have been mad if Draymond or Clay would have been on there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like I think a part of the problem is that we never really had a a hierarchy with this team, bro. Like people legit believe that it's Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Like they're equals. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm gonna be dead honest with you, right? That's what KD thinks.
Hmm?
That's what KD thinks. KD thinks that it's Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Steph wouldn't be shit without those two. That's what he thinks,
See, that's the problem right there.
right?
Well, I'm not.
That is the
No.
perception that's out there. And I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Kind of when we look at like that's why the finals for me last year was so gratifying because that's the perception that's out there. And Steph showed you real time. You know what I'm saying? And he showed you definitively of why he's that player, right? Like in that moment. Like what Steph probably had the most impressive finals that I've ever seen.
Facts. He basically showed niggas like, yo, y'all need me, bro. Like y'all out here shitting in the bed, can't make
Kev,
it on
like
time. This shit was
his
crazy.
finals, right? Like, and here's why it's impressive to me because the way basketball is played now, right? Like it's 4 out. This motherfucker had offenses working with multiple non-shooters on the court. You know what I'm saying? And they just could not stop him, no matter what they
Facts.
did. This man was like fucking shooting from Mars. You know what I'm saying? And he was showing you
Mm-hmm.
real time, like why you can't guard him the way that people say they should guard him. You know what I'm saying? And he was just fucking cooking it. And then
He's a
to
masterclass.
highlight his greatness, then to even stamp his greatness. That's why, like that game 5 to me, after he was just cooking them left and right, the game 5 to me was a special game.
Of
Why
course,
was the
of
game
course.
5 special? He didn't play well in that game 5, but it
Everybody else
just
was
showed you the
glorious.
essence, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Game
You know
5
why?
was
You know why Steph is better than LeBron all time? Because he won a title with the same guy that LeBron James traded away.
Cook,
That's
Kev,
why Steph
cook.
is better than
yeah,
LeBron
bro.
all time. It's really as simple as that. Like you talk about Finals MVPs, all this bullshit, bro. LeBron literally traded away Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love, and Steph Curry won a title with Andrew Wiggins. Like,
And he won
come on,
multiple
man. Like,
titles with
it's really
non-shooters on
not
the
rocket
court.
science.
You think
Like,
about that right there.
it's crazy, bro. Like, like if you want to talk to anybody about the Steph versus LeBron thing, like, just go to that point because
Facts, cook.
when you trade away somebody like that and then somebody else wins a title with that player, bro, come on, man. Like, the conversation ends there, really.
I was getting kind of annoyed, right? Like I was getting kind of annoyed with, like again, people view these Steph bad games as bad games, but when your best player is gonna play quote unquote bad and your team has the best game of the series, like there's something to that. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, oh, Clay, Draymond, blah, 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 like all of this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just don't like that game 5, bro. Like I remember people clowning and I was like, they are the lesser team. They are definitely
Mm-hmm.
the worst team on the court. And they just outplayed these dudes with Steph Curry scoring like 14 points or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like he only had a
Like he
bad.
wasn't shooting the ball well, but he was creating so much offense because they were face
Exactly.
guarding him fucking 40 feet from the rim. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like way more space for from other dudes to operate. You know what I'm saying? So when you see stuff like that, bro, and he's just not going to get the credit because one, people outside the fan base are either too jealous or too stupid to kind of recognize, and then people in the fan base are not even recognizing what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? If Steph is standing 40 feet from the basket, and and then you have 4-on-4, right? And then what do you think is going to happen? Whoever gets the ball is just going to go by whoever and get to the bucket, right? Like you take away an extra man off the court. Like, what do you think is going to happen? That's exactly what was happening. He was just creating so much offense that we didn't even realize it, or a lot of people didn't realize it. And then you heard like the minute he had that bad game, bro, like even reputable media people was saying like, "Oh, I don't think Steph deserves it. I don't think Steph deserves the MVP. Maybe it's Andrew." Get the fuck out of here. Get out of my face with that. Andrew Wiggins had like 26 points in a finals game, bro. Like what? When would you have even imagined that Andrew Wiggins would do something like that?
Exactly.
In the important game, game 5 is probably the most important game when tied 2-2, right? Game 5 is definitely the most important game.
Definitely the most important game.
And the
Facts.
fact that Andrew Wiggins gave you fucking 26 and 14, Andrew Wiggins of
14
all people,
rebounds. Yeah. Bro was soaring through the
Come
roof.
on, dog.
It's crazy. We always say Steph can't have bad games. He only has bad shooting nights. That's really
I
what it
don't
is.
even know what people were saying, bro. So that's why the whole notion of like all three of them are equals, they're not fucking equals, bro. Like me personally, if it was just the three of them, it's Steph first, then Draymond, and then Klay Thompson.
I always say that Draymond's
I
always after
agree.
Steph in the hierarchy.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I would place it. Like back in 2016, it was Steph, then Draymond. It was never Steph, Klay, and then Draymond. No, bro.
Facts.
Draymond was actually that good until he. So here's another thing too. Have y'all seen that Andre clip floating around? Somebody find that Andre clip and just throw in the chat so everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Hold on.
Somebody find that clip because that Andre thing, bro. Like I'm telling you, that's the approach. Like that's the clip right there. When we had KD, we knew we were going to win every game. This man said, he was catching tea times. You know what I'm saying? Because they had KD, bro. Everybody was going on holiday. You know what I'm saying? A few people had that approach. I don't like that approach. Never liked that approach. That mentality right there pisses me off. It really does, man. A cow named Stan. That's why Draymond fell off. You are 100% correct. That is exactly what I was getting at.
Yeah, because he thinks that he can't try an offense anymore because, Steph,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Clay,
those
and
are say that
KD are
point.
there. So,
Facts.
he's like, I can take the day off. But that's not the case anymore.
So let me get back to this. When Kevin says they left rings on the table, how is he fucking wrong? Look at that approach. Look what Andre's saying. Andre's being honest, bro. And
And by the way, I was getting cooked for like 2 days for that tweet.
yeah,
But
bro.
I'm
Like,
fucking right. Like I'm right.
how are
I'm
you
sorry,
wrong,
I'm right.
bro? They left rings on the table, bro. Like, they 100% left rings on the table. You weren't wrong. I know exactly what you were saying, and I've had this opinion for
Mm-hmm.
years because I watch these dudes, and then I watched them just kind of not take the shit seriously because KD was there, and you know, and KD was going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. Now, you know what I'm saying? Him and Steph, a lot of the heavy lifting was going to be done by, you know what I'm saying? So dudes are like, all right, cool, you know.
I'm not gonna lie. This is probably a little extreme, but I remember when we lost in 2019. I was in Hawaii for games 5 and 6 with my girlfriend at the time, and bro, when we lost to the Raptors, I literally told her, the first thing I said to her, I said, I said, the Golden State Warriors should have won 6 championships in a row. I straight up told her that, or at that time it would have been 5. Um, I told her this should have been our 5th straight title. Like, and I was dead ass about that too. I was like, this should have been number 5 in a row. I'm fucking pissed. The rest of my trip is ruined. Like, I literally told her that the second we lost. So I've been thinking this shit since 2019, bro. Like,
How how many people in here have the have an Android? So
I'm
Cal,
not weird. Sorry.
no.
Damn, son.
The reason I'm saying that is because I think the Android app is available. So they want like some people to kind of test out the app or whatever. So if you want to go and download it, I believe it's available on the Android App Store right now. They're not promoting it, but they just want to people to kind of test it out and see what the early build is like. Yeah, the playback one. So go to the Android store and see if it's out there. Yeah, so just check it out and see if see how it works. Yeah, because I just got a Discord about that. Perfect. So now Android people can come in here. Oh, nothing going on, Scotty. We just here talking about the season and praying to God that Clay takes this deal or whatever. Make life easy on us, you know? Uh, bro, we do love Brazil, bro. Like, hey, Jamaicans love Brazil, dog. Like, they absolutely love. Hey, that's why it was so special, right? Like, that's why you
Yep.
saw them kind of celebrating like that. You know what I'm saying?
Crying and stuff
Because,
like that. Yeah.
bro, like, if you're
That's
Jamaican,
a
bro,
big win.
like, it's damn near like you're Brazilian. You know what I'm saying? Like, ah, shit. It was Martha's last chance, man. That sucks. I do love Martha.
Did Brazil never win a World Cup with Marta?
No,
Oh,
yeah. Martha is special, man. Like really special. How old is Martha at this point?
I think she's
Marshall's
30,
old. She's
37,
old.
38.
I think
37.
I think she's like 38. She been in like 6 World Cup tournaments. It's crazy, bro.
Oh, Trace Jackson Davis. Is that scouting report on YouTube? Eric Apricot does some he does some YouTube stuff sometimes. If that's on YouTube, I'll just watch it real quick. 37. I He used to put stuff up on YouTube. See if I can find it. Maybe it's not there. Yeah. Oh, maybe he's working for someone now. Yeah. His breakdowns were pretty good. I used to love watching his breakdowns. You might need to use the Discord link. Okay. All right. Let me see if there's a Discord link. Yeah, because that guy that was the guy that talked about it on Discord from Playback, he comes into the spaces, the on Playback sometimes. He was in here yesterday, so and from my Playback, I treat it like spaces, you know what I'm saying? So half of the time I won't even have a video up or anything, so but I'll test the hell out of it for you. They will never say that they relaxed, bro, but I think they kind of relaxed, man. Yeah, but all right. I think, let me see what else. I don't think we got anything else, but all right. Let me get out of here and start some work. I just left the gym, so I'm going to start some work, but I'll probably be back on this evening if anything happens. So, but y'all have a good morning, though.
Y'all be safe.
All right.